Welcome to the Roasted Snow Horror Show,
where fear and dread go head to head.
Welcome to the show, where the screams collide, where blood runs cold, and the shadows hide. Each week a fight, two films will clash. Last week's champ, will it burn to ash? The Roasted Snow Horror Show, where fear and gore will always flow. One film wins, one must go. The Roasted Snow Horror Show. Lights go down, the fight begins. Which nightmare takes the final win? You pick your side, we'll break it down. The Roasted Snow, the goriest showdown.
and here are your hosts.
Chris and Ryan.
Welcome, everyone, to the Roasted Snow Horror Show. I'm your host, Ryan Roston. Everybody thinks my last name is Roasted. There's Chris Snow, Snowman, Viagra Pill with a Face, Sexual Tyrannosaurus.
Look at this smile.
I got to ask you, though, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh, I am so glad you asked.
Mhm.
Fudge Ripple. Without a
I
doubt.
have that on my bingo card.
I don't even think you can find it anymore. It was one of the the cheap flavors you can get for like $3.99 at City Market, or I guess it was just King Supers for you down here in Denver.
Mhm.
But in Hotchkiss, we only had a City Market, which is an offshoot of King Supers, and you can get like a gallon of ice cream in a big plastic bucket for like $3.99. And it was vanilla ice cream with like a ripple of fudge all the way through it. It's delicious.
Oh.
Mm.
Fudge Ripple? You know
Fudge
what?
Ripple.
You know, I think I know what you're talking about, but I didn't know it actually had a name. I thought it was just, here's some cheap ice cream that, because, and I would try and not eat all the fudge right away and keep it, because it's got like the weird like grooves on the side of the thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, mine, it was cookie dough to start. And then I'm a big just sundae vanilla chocolate syrup sprinkles, shitload of
100%.
sprinkles.
Lots of sprinkles.
And then peanut butter cup perfection at
Okay. I'm down with that.
frickin' Cold Stone, whatever. But we're talking about this because we went and saw Ice Cream Man, and I did not wear a banana,
ice cream.
I did not wear a banana shirt because I had to wear a Scream shirt.
I like it too.
Ah.
Ice cream. I love it so much.
And we broke a
Or
rule.
was this a banger?
Yeah, we broke a rule because we don't ever see movies together unless we're doing a live stream, and then we decided, we're like, hey,
The stars aligned.
let's just fucking go to this one. We're like, yeah, sure. And then out of nowhere, our buddy Scotty joins in. We're like, okay,
He's like,
cool.
you know what? I ain't got nothing to do tonight. I'll go see this thing too. Let's
We'll
make
go.
it happen. So we had a threesome.
Yep. And Scotty did know that one.
Scotty did know. That's exactly right. We had almost the entire theater to ourselves. I wanted to scream at the people that were sitting next to you, but finally they shut up when the movie started.
Oh, me too. Yeah. hmm And I had looked at the AMC app before, and there were like 2 seats, a couple rows in front, two seats over here, and everybody just fucking converged on our row.
Every single time someone else walked in and they came right up to where we were, I literally was like, you guys have the whole theater and you had to choose sitting next to us.
Yeah.
There's 7 of us in here tonight and you have to come sit next to us.
Yeah. I'm like, I want
Get
to
irrationally angry in my mind.
see some fucked up ice cream shit.
And boy, did we.
It was an experience. That's for sure. And poor Scotty, we didn't really tell him anything about it. We're just like, yeah, it's a horror movie. Ice
I
cream
love
man.
it the most. He has
Yeah,
no
it's
idea what
good.
to expect.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, kids are ripping off skulls and eating brains.
Yep. But yeah,
This was a gore fest, everyone. This was an absolute buckets of blood gore fest.
and we've been on a good run of gore fests here because we had Evil Dead Burn leading into Pinocchio, leading into this. It's like I don't remember a time frame where there was this stretch of just extremely gory movies.
No, I can't either.
In a just a quick span theatrical release, boom, boom, boom. Obviously, Pinocchio kind of came out of nowhere. We knew what we were getting into with Evil Dead Burn and this because of the Red Band trailers. So, but yeah, little backstory on Ice Cream Man. Obviously, Eli Roth did this one. We've talked about him before. We love Hostel, and one of my favorites is Green Inferno. Again, super gory. Check those out if you haven't. He's done Cabin Fever. I love Cabin Fever. This one has its positives, has its negatives, especially compared to his other movies. I don't think anyone walks into this one thinking that it's going to be a masterpiece by any means.
Yeah, I mean, these are the kind of, like, I've talked about this, we've talked about this, I would say at length this year, because this has been such a strong year just for like horror films. Like, it feels like they're back. You know what I mean? Like, Hollywood was kind of, we want to, if we make a horror film, we're going to make a PG-13 horror film. We don't want to get too crazy. And then, the last couple of years, obviously they rebooted Scream. They came out swinging with Scream 5. They absolutely hit a home run with Scream 6. Like, they're starting to see, like, hey, people want to come see R-rated movies. Like, don't be afraid to really push the envelope. And, this year we got The Bone Temple, we got Obsession, we got Passenger, we got Evil Dead Burn.
You couldn't go 5 minutes without mentioning BDA. You could not go 5 minutes.
It's not happening. The dude it's stuck in my brain. I close my eyes and I see it swinging.
That brain is stuck in my brain. We got brained in that one.
And that's where, like, movie makers aren't afraid. They'll make movies like this. They're not trying to win Oscars, but they're just trying to be entertaining. They can make it for small budgets, and they don't have to make $50 million for it to be successful. I think the budget for this was just over $5 million. If they break $5 million, then it's a profitable movie, So I like seeing that. I like filmmakers doing that. I like them being able to do that and having the support to do it. So very pleased with that aspect of it.
Yeah, and I mean, Eli Roth. This is from his private company, production company. The horror section. Yeah.
Which, by the way, don't go in that house, bitch.
Yeah. No, we're going to talk about that. This little extra. It's a little treat on top. It's the sprinkle on top of the ice cream here. But. Yeah, he did Thanksgiving. He did all these other ones that we love. But yeah, this private company, he's working with a minimal budget. This one, obviously, it's loosely based on the 1995 film Ice Cream Man. Completely different story, completely different tone, all that. All that's similar is there is an ice cream man, and he has malicious intentions. And fun little aside here, if you missed our chat with Joe Castro, he actually broke the news to us that they are making a direct sequel to the 1995 film, another Ice Cream Man. And he's going to be doing the effects on that, and I can't wait to see that. But this one we've had on our radar for a while because, of course, it starts out the Red Band trailer. I remember I sent it to you, and you were just like, "Holy fucking shit!"
I had heard nothing about this, and out of the blue, you sent me this movie trailer, and I'm like, "Oh, this is coming soon."
Yeah, because it keeps getting just more outrageous in a trailer.
You're
like, all right, I know what I'm in for. And we were both like, I don't know if I wanted to. I debated getting popcorn before this one because I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna.
I was already cleaning myself off, wearing a trash bag to the theater because the blood's gonna be insane.
Yeah, that'll clear out the road pretty quick. But yeah, so I mean, I guess spoiler free. Spoiler free is the way to be. Basically, this. First, fuck it. This isn't a spoiler. It's just if you go see this movie, there is a grindhouse style trailer. My words were all over the place tonight, so sorry about that. But there's a grindhouse style trailer, which Chris had to look up after the movie to see if it was just one of Eli Roth's fight, because that's how Thanksgiving was made.
That's how he does it.
It was just a fake trailer in the Grindhouse movies. And it's like, okay, that'd be awesome. And this one has that same style. It's literally just a couple different cut scenes of people going into this house, and then they cut with the title, "Don't go in that house, bitch." And it's funny enough until, and I'll let you talk about this part where a guy goes into a room and there's a little striptease going on, and
it looks like Julia Fox
comes out off, baby.
I mean, it's a montage of all these scenes from the movie, and the kid walks into this room, and it's a stripper, and it's almost like Jack Nicholson in The Shining when Jack Torrance walks into the film with the ladies in the bathtub, and she's beautiful, and then he kisses her, and then she's a ghoul. Because as this girl is stripping, it's very sexy. You're like, oh, this is going to be a sex and death kind of thing. And then she goes like this to take her shirt off, but the skin on her torso comes off, and she just takes it off like she's disrobing and throws it on him. And the same thing happens with like the skin around her waist, and it's just the most disturbing thing. And then this cuts away, and it's like, don't go in that house, bitch.
What was funny about this is they didn't put a little red band before it. This is before all of they don't even say MPAA anything, and it's before all the 20 minutes of AMC dancing commercial, and
you don't know if it's real or not. And I will say this too. Another thing that I like about it, you mentioned it when you were talking, like it really has like and Eli Roth is great at this. It really has that late night weekend television. It's 11 p.m. You're on like one of the channels that doesn't air these kind of movie. It really has that feel to it, and I love that.
Mm-hmm. And I can hear in my head the Thanksgiving trailer. Thanksgiving this year, there will be no leftovers.
Thanksgiving.
Eli Roth, Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's just he's masterful at that. Same type of thing with Ice Cream Man is that it's set in an idyllic summer town.
And there's one more movie. Don't forget Stiletto that you and I.
God, Stiletto.
If we have to, I guess we'll go see it on October 30th.
Like, I guess so. Yeah,
I guess we gotta go see that if we must.
Yep, another Eli Roth one, Stiletto. We'll let you Google that one. But yeah. Ice Cream Man takes place in an idyllic summertime town. There's kids playing baseball. It's a hot summer day. There's
Americana.
Around. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like Disneyland with Main Street USA, kind of that type of feel. And the spoiler-free version of this is obviously kids hear that ice cream tune. We all remember when we were kids and running down the street, and looking back on it now, it's like, I don't know who the fuck was driving that truck.
Dude, parents just let us walk up to that truck with money and be like, give us ice cream. No clue I mean, there could be this. I played Twisted Metal when I was a teenager, and Sweet Tooth.
Dude. Oh yeah,
was an ice cream van, and it's just like that could have been any one of those guys.
Yeah, so it especially if you're that, because I mean, I don't know if ice cream trucks still are around. I think
are they a thing anymore?
Not as prevalent as they were when we were kids, but yeah, they'd be like, here's $2, go get yourself a treat. And it's like, oh, the ice cream man is 2 blocks away, I can hear him. Yeah, fucking go.
Sprint. And by the way, kids, back then $2 would get you a freeze pop, an ice cream sandwich, and one of the generic cones.
And
I mean, it was the bomb.
And you probably have a little bit of change left, but
chocolate tacos.
Oh,
bro, I'm getting hungry now.
I know. Well, you won't be after we start talking about this. Yeah. So basically, I mean, there's really not much. The biggest downside of this movie is that there's not much of a plot. And again, I've seen people that are upset about that because they clearly had different expectations. I don't know how you can watch that Red Band trailer and expect something that's going to set the world on fire. I mean, even if you look at stuff like Green Inferno, like it did have a plot, it did have some character development, but like there's some parts that fall flat on that. You're not looking for a masterpiece. But anyway, back to the spoiler free. Basically, if the kids eat this ice cream, it starts to turn them kind of under a trance. I guess kind of like zombies, kind of like. No, and basically, you've seen the trailer. They go on a murder spree for the parents of the town, and that it basically is the long and the short of it. It's kids eat ice cream, fuck shit up, rinse, repeat. But yeah, anything you want to add before we go into spoiler town here?
I mean, you hit the nail on the head. The movie's not meant to. It knows what it is. It's not meant to be deep. It's not setting the world on fire. It's not winning any Oscars. Like. It is exactly what it's supposed to be. It's an hour and a half of grab your popcorn, get ready to be shocked for shock's sake, and smile. You and I were laughing for the vast majority of this. And that's why I was like, okay, this is absolutely a success because we're so sick. We're laughing at all of these brutal kills because they're played up to be absolutely silly. So
silly is a good word for it. It's very very over the top. And some stuff you're just like, like
How do you
you
think
keep
of
thinking
this?
Eli Roth can't think of anything more. Yeah. What I am happy about him, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I did go to the restroom at one point during this movie. But they did not have an Achilles slice,
I did not have an Achilles slice in this one. Nope.
which Eli Roth has traumatized me forever with Hostel. and that Achilles slice. So I'm glad he didn't do that.
They did have a nice hand in the trash compactor, though.
Oh yeah,
And
that
that made me very.
too. Hate that. But anyway, okay. Getting into Spoiler Town. I'll let you kick it off in Spoiler Town here.
Let's do it. Yeah. So, guys, spoiler warning. If you guys want to see this one, or if you want to kind of wait for it to come out and be surprised by the shock
Go
and
eat
awe
some
of
ice
it,
cream. Get the fuck out.
go have some ice cream. Get out of here. But to jump right in, we have our beautiful town of Baleen Bay, which, by the way, from the grip, I mean, if I could choose a place to live, or specifically a place to like retire, it's a town like this. I want the green lawns, the white picket fence. I want the view off the hill. You can see the city down by the bay. I mean, it's just gorgeous.
I'm gonna live on Sun. Oh my god, guys, I cannot fucking speak.
Your mouth is full of marbles, buddy.
Dude, it really is. Yeah, God, this is horrible.
Don't drink before the podcast. How many times have I told you this?
Sunset Street. I'm gonna live on Sunset Street in Baleen Bay, and come down to my house, and we're gonna swing on the tire swing. And
But we have literally the opening scene of the movie is setting the tone of this gorgeous town, and you see your run-of-the-mill ice cream van rolling into town. It pulls up at the park where some kids are having a little league game, and we meet our main characters. We meet Jared, who's kind of our main character, who we find out is lactose intolerant, so he can't eat ice cream as much as he might want to.
Lucky.
We have right. Jared's older sister, and the names aren't important. I think his older sister's name is Lizzie or Elizabeth. Liz, yeah. We have his older sister Lizzie. Play Little League. He's clearly not a super popular kid, but when you're that age and you're playing Little League, you have your friends, then you have the people that are mean to you. He has a bad play of the game and his team loses. So of course the catcher, who's the coach's son, is just kind of a dick and a bully, and he's kind of giving him a hard time. And all the kids go up to the ice cream truck because of course the baseball game's over. Let's go get some ice cream. So all of them go up there. They get some ice cream. Jared almost says, "Screw it, I'm going to eat it anyway." But his sister grabs it out of his hand, and she starts eating it. His older sister is a teenager, and that really just kind of sets the stage. There's no further exposition that you need about what's going on. I will say we are introduced to the ice cream man at this point, but the actor, the ice cream man, the character, he does not say a word the entire film. He's a mute. All he does is look really creepy and smile, and he has a little pencil mustache. He looks like John Waters from Pecker fame. But you guys can look up John Waters. Ryan, insert John Waters picture right here. He just kind of he's kind of there. Not really. He doesn't really seem to be doing anything, but you can tell he's kind of a sinister character just from the look on his face and the smile that he's making. But he's handing out ice cream. What else can you say? He's noticing.
Can I just say the ice cream character, like the ice cream cone that's on top of his truck, that's like his surveillance kind of. It's a creepy looking. It's just an ice cream cone with a couple eyes, and
as it plays into the next scene, because as Jared is riding his bike home, he's noticing that all the kids who have had the ice cream, they're all just kind of sitting around watching their smartphones as kids do, but they're all watching this cartoon that has the little ice cream character in it. It's a cartoon that's playing. It's a little ice cream character. It's just a little black and white Steamboat Willie kind of thing. Seems pretty innocent, but he's noticing that everyone who's eating the ice cream is kind of watching it. But he doesn't think anything of it and just continues going home. So that night, he has dinner with his parents. Find out they're going out of town the next day. Again, not a ton of exposition here, but they're going out of town. His sister, who wants to ditch school and go camping, they say, "You're not going to do that. You need to stay home and watch your brother." Typical setup Americana movie of parents going out of town, stay home, watch your brother. And
the parents, I mean, the dad is Eli Roth. And I found it funny because Eli Roth always has to have a dinner scene, and I thought it was hilarious because his wife is the same chick that played Kathleen in Thanksgiving. That was
the stuffed turkey
that became a turkey. And you'd make an excellent dinner, Kathleen. Yeah.
I'm just thinking of that scene now.
Yeah.
And that night, I mean, the movie kicks off pretty much right away. They don't waste any time because that night, as everyone's laying in bed, they do find out that the ice cream has kind of made people sick. They don't feel very good. In fact, it's actually not that night. I think it's the next day. Because he's going over to no. Excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself. He goes over to check on his friend. Yeah, he goes over to check on his friend, and sure enough, his friend's mom's like, "Nah, he ate the ice cream. He's just not feeling that good." So he thinks that's weird, and he goes home anyway. But that night, we see the ice cream man and the ice cream van strolling through the neighborhoods and playing the song.
Very like a mix between Weapons and like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Very
It's a great way to put it. Great way to put it.
Like, I got a lot of Weapons vibes just from like the lighting and the ice cream truck rolling through, and
Mm-hmm.
like obviously kids didn't run out of their house and start running down the street. But but yeah, if you haven't seen Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, I mean, basically that movie is kids are kind of taken over by this jingle in this commercial. They have a Halloween mask and it basically kills everyone. Same setup, but with ice cream. But,
Yep. Very, very similar. Because as the ice cream truck rolls through and the kids who have eaten the ice cream, as they hear it played, we go from about 0 to 100 real quick. And if you want to take it away at this part, Ryan, and jump right into the gore, be my guest, please.
I love this. I love jumping into the gore. My biggest beef here is that we did see a lot of the setup and even quite a bit of the gore in the Red Band trailer, which I get why they did that, because that drew us right in enough to, I wouldn't say buy a ticket, because we didn't buy a ticket. AMC Stubbs A-list.
Booyah!
Boom.
Shout out.
So it starts out basically this little girl. Again, we don't get names here. There's a bunch of nameless kids.
Just kids. Yeah.
This little girl, she goes and stands by her mom, brings out a fucking hacksaw, fucking Dr. Gordon here, but doesn't go for the foot. Slowly just starts sawing her mom's head off, and it is gruesome. And I don't know how the dad is sleeping through this next to
the camera doesn't cut away. It shows it slowly going into her head, and as she gets deeper into her neck, like her head starts going back and forth. It's nasty.
It's very
realistic.
Well done. It made us squirm. I saw you a couple times like, yep. They're like, okay. And this is definitely a movie you see with people. It makes it a lot better.
It's fun.
And then the dad which one of the parts where we laugh, because the dad is just like, wakes up and like looks over like, what the fuck? And then here comes fucking her brother apparently, and fucking he has a baseball bat, right?
Baseball bat.
And he just starts fucking up his face. He just boom, 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 boom. That's the first set of parents that are down. I'm trying to remember all the things that happen.
The second one is the bully and coach's dad, who his daughter's like, I lost my bracelet in the trash compactor.
Yep. And so he puts his hand in. You know exactly where this is going. A lot of movies, like I think of the remake of Last House on the Left, does not show it, but they show the aftermath of it. This one fucking
showed the fingers.
And I'm going to be honest. I was kind of watching it like,
it was making you a little queasy.
For whatever reason, I just hate that. I know it's coming, and it's anything else. Like if you cut off a finger, that's fine. If you cut off an entire hand, if you grind up a hand, that's fine. But the visual, and I think maybe it's because we've all had that thought. Like, what if I put my hand in there and it gets stuck? So I love it when a movie can play up on something like that. So he eats it pretty good there. They go into this. I'm even trying to remember. What's that?
The dentist's house, where they take the tooth drill and go into his ear with it.
Oh yeah, fuck, God. There's so much shit here.
It's so bad.
Yeah, drill into this guy's ear.
Think of a dentist tooth drill. He's asleep. He's laying in bed, and his daughter has the drill and just goes into his ear and just presses in, and it's on, and it's just drilling into his ear canal. He's like, ah.
The sound design here, because it's like screeching, and it's it is. I want to say it's like a 5 to 7 minute just montage of just fucking straight carnage. And it's just the little girl the next day that was slicing off her mom's head is fucking walking down the street with the severed head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's like this old lady comes up and is like, oh my God, what happened? Someone hurt my mommy. Who? Me.
Me.
Yeah.
And then she uses an axe on her, doesn't she?
Yep.
She uses something and she cuts right through her leg and then her arm. And then Jared's buddy, it shows his mom is looking for him, and the garage door slowly comes up, and he has his dad on the workbench, and he's got a skill saw, and he has just cut through his dad's neck and his arm, and it's so intense.
And we're gonna miss some stuff here, obviously, because there's so much shit that goes on.
So much.
So by this point, it is pretty funny because you get to our main character. What do you say? His name was Jared. Yeah, and he wakes up the next day and he's just like, he can tell something's a little off, but like not this murderous spree. To the point where like he goes to school and there's this girl that was that he saw that was, she's a middle school girl, Mia. She is, making herself throw up.
After she ate the ice cream the day before, she made herself throw up.
Yeah, so she is ineffective for the most part. So they are kind of just like, isn't this a little weird? They go into school and it's the reverse weapons, because instead of one kid in the class, it's all the kids in the class
are just sitting there, and they have ice cream all over their faces. They're like
sprinkles everywhere. They're just like, and the teacher is hilarious because he's just like, oh, we're just not talking today. All right, cool. And this fucking school scene,
oh my gosh,
you already thought it went from 0 to 100. The amount of just brutal shit that happens in the school scene.
These poor teachers.
I'll let you jump into this gory scene, but
yeah. So
go for it. All right, I got nothing.
All the teachers, basically everyone who hasn't had the ice cream, right? It's all like, what's happening? What's going on? Why? Everyone is sitting in class. Lo and behold, when as they're going through the day, no one's talking, no one's saying anything. And then the ice cream truck shows up again. The ice cream man shows up right outside the school and starts playing the damn song. And all the kids, once again, just go absolutely ballistic.
You got my shit going on now.
I got marbles full of mouth. How much stuff happens at the school? So let's start with the teachers. So they head outside to the ice cream man because they want to go get more ice cream. They meet another friend. I can't think. Tommy was his name. Their friend Tommy, who also didn't eat any of the ice cream the day before, so he's unaffected. He's kind of like the little smart ass class clown kind of type. But they all go out to eat the ice cream. They all just ignore all the teachers. They're like, screw this, we're going outside to get our ice cream. And one teacher goes outside to try to rally them up, and 4 students are on the roof, and they're just chucking bricks off the roof. And sure enough, one of those bricks just hammers her right in the head. She falls down, and they keep throwing these bricks. And sure enough, another brick just hammers her right in the face. So all the kids are like, ha, 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 laughing about this. Like, it's very Village of the Damned, Children of the Damned kind of style. They're laughing about all this. Now, the interesting thing is they're not really attacking. They're attacking the adults, but they're not really attacking Tommy, Mia, and Jared. They're trying to get them to eat ice cream, just like they are. So they keep trying to force ice cream into them. Google, gobble, one of us. They're exactly trying to do that, trying to get them to eat ice cream. So those 2 are trying to evade them. Of course, another teacher comes out, their main room teacher comes out. He's like, what the hell is going on? And sure enough, they clock him 1-2, knock him to the ground. Doesn't one of them have another axe? And they go right through like
these weapons out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, in Hammerspace. They're like Stewie from Family Guy. They just pull out these weapons from Hammerspace, and they axe right through this poor bastard's wrists and his legs. I mean, they're just absolutely eviscerating these people. The principal comes out, and he's like, "What is going on here?" And sure enough, one of the ice cream man hands an ice cream scoop to one of the girls, and she raises it up and twists it, and the blade comes out the bottom of it. And they stab him in the leg, and he falls to his knees, and then they stick the knife in his head. And again, this is one big camera move. They go right around his cranium, very Hannibal Lecter-like, rip off the top of his head so his brain is exposed, use the ice cream scoop to scoop out part of his brain, put it in an ice cream cone, and then feed it to him. I mean, it's so over the top. Like, it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's not meant to, but it's just, I mean, Ryan and I are up in our seats, like, we're like, oh, because it's just so intense.
Well, and that part was the very last scene in the Red Band was that, and that kind of was just like, oh my god,
you can't believe what's happening.
Yeah.
And sure enough, they've called the police, so a police officer shows up and he's like, what the hell is going on here? So this poor bastard runs up and the kids start messing with him. They you guys would think that an adult would be able to handle all these kids, but it's kind of like that, that question that's like, would you be able to beat up 105-year-olds? or 100-year, that question. It's like this movie makes a case of if 100 kids are swarming you with malicious intent, a lot of bad things could happen to you. And sure enough, this poor cop, they knock him down. They tie him to the rear of they either tie him to the rear of his own police cruiser, or they tie him to the rear of the fire engine and just take off, dragging him behind, the poor bastard. And the fireman shows up because he sees these kids there's still 4 kids on the roof. He's like, hang on, don't move, we'll get you down. He gets the ladder off the truck. Yeah, he's gonna be the hero. He gets the ladder off the truck, leans it against the wall, starts climbing up the ladder, and sure enough, these bastard children grab the ladder, start shaking it, pull it back so he doesn't fall down the ladder. He's hanging onto the ladder, and it goes. He falls and just hits the ground, and then the kid above him grabs a fire extinguisher from the truck and just smashes his skull. And this is one of the more gruesome kills. It doesn't sound that bad, he smashed his skull in. But he smashes it in, and eventually it just looks like he's smashing a bowl of soup.
It looks like red in the front, chunky soup.
It's caved in the front of his skull, and all of the pieces are right here, and he's just mashing it with Eli Roth it's a gore. It's meant to shock you. It's made to just be like, look how shocking and horrible this is. All this to say, Tommy, Mia, and Jared are able to escape. They do a couple of things. They evade some of them. The ice cream man's kind of leading the kids to the school, very Pied Piper-esque, leading them around, trying to help them find everybody. One of the other teachers, he's a little shorter guy. He's in science class, and he's showing him how to use a microscope. So he's looking through the microscope. And then one of the kids grabs his head and just slams it through, so the microscope goes right through his eye and out the back of his head.
They use a fucking
book. They hammer him with it. It's just absolute chaos. So Tommy, Mia,
even out in the schoolyard. Maybe I'm jumping around here, but
it's all carnage.
They're playing tetherball with a severed head. They're doing jump rope with intestines.
There's a guy on one of the crossing guard is on one of the hoverboards, and he's like, "I'm out of here, peace." Oh, yeah. And it just shows him going along, and then a kid comes out of nowhere and just decapitates him, and his head goes fine. Which, by the way, that's the post-credit scene. Is his body is still just rolling along on the hoverboard. It's so insane. So our Tommy, Mia, Jared, they escape the school. They run across the yard, and they need to get over a fence. And there's one more kid who didn't drink. He's actually one of the bullies that was giving Jared a hard time. Who didn't eat the ice cream. They're all 4 jump the fence. Tommy, Mia, Jared jump the fence, and then Sebastian is the kid's name. He's right behind him because he has a baseball bat. He's been helping fend him off.
One of these kids should have been named Ben, and then you have Ben and Jerry.
Ben and Jerry, that would have been genius.
Robin.
Can't believe they forgot about that. Baskin and Robin. They jump over the fence. Sebastian goes to jump behind him. He's the kid that was bullying him, who's trying to help him, but they grab a hold of Sebastian and pull him back and feed him. I can't remember if they feed him ice cream or if they kill him. I think they feed him ice cream.
They force feed him ice cream.
They force feed him some ice cream, so he's one of them.
This is a little bit of a beef too. It's like here you could have had more of a character arc here, and then it's a 5-second thing. It's like, oh, here I'm gonna help you get over the fence, and then it's done. It's like, okay, cool, nice to see you, bro. And then I don't remember if it's at the school or a little later, but it's just a part I don't want to forget is this mother. She's staring at her kid and she's like, I killed him. And she has and she's just like, oh my God. So she takes a gun and kills herself. And then the kid just gets up smiling.
Child just gets up smiling and walks off.
Mm-hmm.
The
tame part of the movie.
It's one of the tame parts because while this is going on at the school, Jared calls his sister Lizzie because she had the ice cream too. Because remember, she took the cone out of his hands and ate it. And since she's older, she's a teenager. She's not a child. It hasn't turned her into a mindless trance murder zombie, but she's paralyzed. She can't move her arms. She's like, she's trying to roll herself off her bed. It's very Leonardo DiCaprio on Wolf of Wall Street. She can't move. He's able to call her. She answers her phone with her head. She's like, Tommy, I can't. She's like, Jared, I can't move. He's like, listen. This is what's going on. If you ate the ice cream, you've got to puke it up, and that'll help you. She's like, okay, get away from the school, get to the church, and I'll meet you there. You can hide in the basement, and I'll meet you at the church. So again, they get out of the school, they run towards the church. Poor Lizzie, she rolls herself out of bed and she's able to get in the bathroom. And it's like, how am I going to make myself puke? And she looks at the toothbrush that's standing straight up like that, and she says, fuck it. And she just slams her head down on the toothbrush, down her throat, and it turns on. And she's able to puke up all the ice cream. And immediately, as she gets the ice cream up from the day before, she's just kind of like able to regain control. She calls her ex-boyfriend, Chris, great name, who runs his own landscaping business, who
He's an
also has not
entrepreneur.
eaten the ice cream. He's an entrepreneur. Yep.
He's pretty funny. He
is a funny guy. Yeah. He's at the gas station, and he answers her, and she's like, I need a ride to the church. I need you to come get me. Crazy stuff's going on. He's like, yep, I'll be right there. So he makes his way over. He picks her up. They actually on their way to the church is when they see the mom with the gun. She's like, I killed him, and all that stuff happens. But they meet up with them at the church. They go into the basement. They are pursued by the ice cream man and all the children. They follow them there, and they go into, for some reason, this church has a walk-in freezer in the basement for whatever reason. But they go in and to hide, ultimately, because they're being, of course, chased. And they find something in this freezer that plays a big role in the rest of the plot. And I will kind of let you explain who, what, or when they find something.
So first of all, why is there a walk-in freezer? And they try to like explain it. They're just like, oh, maybe it's to keep, whatever, fine. It's like, whatever, you just have to go with it. There's a walk-in freezer in this church. Just deal with it. The kids walk into this freezer and they see, first of all, there's a ton of ice cream. It's the same ice cream that they've been selling. Obviously this is where he's storing it. And they see that there's this priest that's kind of being held captive in the back room, or if he's hiding. It's one of the two.
He was inside one of the ice cream barrels, an empty ice cream barrel.
Yeah. And so they start talking to him. This is where you get your exposition dump as to why the ice cream man is the way he is. Turns out the ice cream man was just a normal guy. He's goofy looking. He's creepy looking.
But he's nice. Ice cream guy. He really enjoys helping the kids out and giving them ice cream.
He wanted to make kids happy in the non-creepy way, even though he looks very creepy, which goes into play on this. And obviously, it is a church. We don't have to go too much. We don't have to go too much into what church and kids, the controversies that are there and what has happened. And basically, the town and the church place blame on the ice cream man, saying the ice cream man is the one that did this. Jared's grandfather was the attorney that made all these kids testify against the ice cream man, lie and testify, say he's the one that touched me, he's the one that did all this, to the point where the ice cream man is put away. I don't even know how long they say he's put away for.
The rest of his life.
Essentially, really? Yeah. And then a necromancer comes and visits the ice cream man and says basically, like, you give me your soul, I'll give you your revenge. And this kills the ice cream man. It's pretty Ring-esque visual in the flashback here, because his face is like, oh yeah. And again, the priest is just like, it's not his fault, this and that. So that's why he's been doing it, and that's why adults have been targeted. They don't explain fully why teenagers are inept, and it's just partially there. But that scene is hilarious, though, where she's just trying to get to the bathroom and can't use her hands. But so they're asking the priest, they're like, how do we stop this? And he goes, well, you can't just kill him. You have to cut off his head. And they're like, okay. And he goes, but you have to go to this grave site. Yeah, you have to go to the cemetery, and you have to find the grave site of the necromancer. And he will not. His face will be covered. You cannot look in his face. And I forget. Does he mention if there's someone else there with him?
Yes, he mentions you have to kill the necromancer, and you have to kill the siren that's accompanying.
Yes, the siren.
The siren's the protector.
Yep. And if you do that, then that takes away the ice cream man's powers. You will defeat him, but you cannot look. Or
you have to.
No. You have to cut off the head of the necromancer and show it to the ice cream man. Yep. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I kind of saw where this was going a mile away.
I honestly wasn't even thinking about that until you leaned over and whispered.
I leaned over and I was like, dude, this is what's going to happen.
I didn't even think about it.
But yeah, I mean, and it's not a huge like it.
You
I
can see where
guess,
it's going.
yeah. So they're like, oh my god, okay. So and they even make a joke. They're just like, okay, so we have to do this and this. Like, well, no, wait, you forgot
It's
the
like,
part
no,
about
do
cutting off
this,
their head.
and
Yeah,
do this, and then do this. It's kind of, it is funny.
Mhm. And then the ice cream man and all these kids show up at the door, and the priest essentially sacrifices himself, distracting them. And kids are able to escape. Door closes behind. Don't see what happened to the priest.
Mhm.
So they develop this plan. They're like, okay, we're gonna go to the cemetery. They go to the cemetery, and it's the kids are all there. The ice cream man's there. They're trying to block their way to the grave because they do not. The ice cream man does not want to die. So you're like, okay. There's a scene where they're hands across America, across the road there in the cemetery, and Chris, in all of his wisdom, just fucking punches it.
He says, screw it. He's driving like a nice big Ford F-250.
Yeah, and he goes through it. He does it.
Boy, does
Yeah, and then this whole time they've been trying to get a hold of their parents, and obviously they can't for whatever reason. Bullshit.
Well,
reason
he's using it because he's using an Android phone and he can't type anything into it, and nothing works with it. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it.
No.
I was hoping you and Scott would pick up on that piece.
I know I didn't want to because, like, you iPhone people, I swear to God,
You damn green bubble.
These aren't the droids you're looking for. Yeah. But so they find this grave, this necromancer, and it's this whole we have to be able to dig and oh yeah, they go to a hardware store to get
Chris
all
the Chris is a landscaper, so he has the stuff all in his truck.
They're just like, we need to grab the shovels. Why? It's like, you want to dig up a grave with your bare hands? Be my guest. It's like, it's just one of the fun lines that they throw away. They dig up the grave, and there's the necromancer hooded.
Well, the kids are closing in. The kids they kill Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy's like, you guys dig it up quick. I'll hold him off because they get Mia. They force feed Mia some ice cream. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tommy's like, Tommy's a kid. He's like, you guys dig the grave. I'll hold him off. So he's trying his best to hold him off with a baseball bat while Lizzie and Jared dig up the graves. And then what do we find?
Well, we find the necromancer and the siren. They are heavily robed that you cannot see their faces, which is good for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it? So they go to town. And the necromancer tries to fight it. The siren tries to fight it. They cut off the head of the necromancer and they stab the shit out of the siren. And it's at this point, I think I leaned over and I'm like, dude, it's his parents.
You did. You're like, it's his parents embarrassment.
Yeah. And then of course, Jared isn't looking at the face because the priest told him not to. The head is Eli Roth, his dad, and then they take off the robe.
We'll see, because the ice cream man is like,
oh yeah,
because he knows if he looks upon it, it's going to kill him. So he's like,
yeah, it's just really cartoonish, over the top. Yeah, and then you find out that it's the mom and the dad. Like I said, I predicted it. I think if Chris had been listening, paying attention and caring about it.
I had been awake for about 20 hours straight at this point.
That's
so I was very much like,
well, and it's like, yeah, we're not getting too into the plot here. And of course, that's the big twist in how the priest was actually the necromancer, and kind of set everything in motion here. And that's essentially how it ends.
They're Jared and Lizzie are kind of left surrounded by the carnage in the town, and the ice cream man actually doesn't kill the two. He leaves them to suffer all the things that have happened to them, and he Pied Pipers his way out of town, taking the same route out that he took in, and all the children are following the ice cream man onto the next town.
There's fires going off. The town sign, welcome to, at the beginning of the movie, it's pristine, and now it's all covered in blood and guts. So that is Ice Cream Man.
That's pretty much Ice Cream Man.
Yep. And ironically, the day after this movie, my kids wanted fucking ice cream.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you handcuff them to the bed before Katie went to sleep?
we're leaving the theater. We went to a like 10:20 showing, and so it's really late. And we're saying our goodbyes, and then Chris is like, you fucks have to go home to kids."
Like, I'm going home and locking my door. Both you and Scott are like, damn it.
Yeah, damn it. He's right. Can we stay at your
He's
place
right.
tonight? Slumber party. Here we go.
Slumber party.
You want some ice cream?
Where are you guys? Are the kids locked up?
Yeah.
I'll
When
come
the
home.
fuck did we get ice cream?
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
That's one of my favorite lines of any movie ever.
If you look, Johnny Knoxville totally breaks character when he says
Oh, yeah.
that. He's just like
When the fuck did we get ice cream? Yeah. You guys don't know. The Ringer. Can't be made
the
today.
rigger. My name is Lance and I like nuts.
You scratched my CD. Oh, man. Yeah. Sorry. On a tangent here on The Ringer, but when he's giving his confession and the priest is like, "Son, there's nothing you can tell me that I won't forgive you for, and B, that I haven't heard." And he goes, "I've pretended to be mentally handicapped so I could fix the Special Olympics," and then the fist just comes through.
Punches him through the confessional. That movie could not be made today.
No, absolutely not.
They won't let it. They won't allow it.
And there's some redeeming factors on it because he, Johnny Knoxville sticks up if you use the R word, and don't call them that and stuff. And you got Agamemnon's in that. You got Agamemnon from Troy. You got Mr. Brian Cox. But
Brian
Jesus,
Cox.
okay. Well, yeah, I don't want to be on a Ringer. So, I mean, this one's an interesting one because
It's fun. It's exactly what it's supposed to be.
Like, not high expectations. We had expectations. Did they meet your expectations?
Yeah, I mean, I knew exactly what this movie was trying to be. I like that, it's leaning into call it modern camp, right? I mean, if you think of like 80s campy stuff, it's like it's old prosthetics and it's the technology of the time. And now that we made that really good, and you can easily make a movie like that for a small budget. Like, it's leaning into this is ridiculous and it's campy, and we're making this film to shock you. Like, we want the gore to be over the top and to just be completely shocking. And it's made that much more shocking because it's children doing the murders, and that's a shocking premise in itself. So absolutely met expectations. It's exactly what I thought it would be. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. It's literally, this is the perfect definition of an hour and a half of just weird escapism.
Yep. And it's exactly what it is. And I will say this, the acting is not great in this movie. I'm going to give them a pass on this. Yeah.
The only people that I know of are the Ice Cream Man is played by, the guy was in Orphan Black. I think his name's Ari Millen. He was in Orphan Black, so he's not completely an unknown. Of course, you have Eli Roth. You also have Benjamin Byron Davis, who, if you guys are if you guys are gamers like myself, you may recognize as Dutch from the Red Dead Redemption series.
There you go. And like, the acting isn't great, I'm going to give them a pass because because they're kid actors. A lot of them are kid actors. It's not like they were given a Oscar-worthy script to work with here. They were given, it's a movie.
I wrote this last night, guys.
What's that?
It's like, I wrote this last night, guys.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like, okay, how do I get from point A to point B? Here we go. And I've seen so many bad reviews on this movie. And
they're looking for something that it doesn't have. It's like, critics are like, there's no characterization or play. It's like, you guys, that's not what there's no character development and there's no substance to this film. It's like, it's not supposed to have any of those things.
You go watch this movie on a Friday night with your buddies and laugh your ass off. And
if you're high, it's probably that much better.
But dude, I was tipsy.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know what people expect. I'm gonna recommend it, especially if you're not into gore, don't see it.
Yeah, this is not for the faint of heart. I mean, it is shocking. It'll make you queasy if you're not into that thing.
Don't see any of the last couple movies that we've watched if you don't like gore.
I feel like at this point, if you guys are sticking with us, then you know that the gory ones, you might want to sit out a little bit.
Yep. Ironically, though, one of the least gory ones of the year is our current champion, Obsession. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this does not beat Obsession.
We're talking about a heavyweight in Obsession versus a lightweight newcomer in Ice Cream Man. So Obsession handily continues its long and well-earned winning streak.
Yep, but it is, and same with me, but it is coming up. We were talking before we got on, and you were going through our list of movies that we're going to cover coming up. Next week, probably not going to be very gory because we're going to the house at the end of Oak Street, which
My
is
favorite actor, Ewan McGregor himself.
it's sci-fi. We're classifying it for the show to cover it because it just looks cool, and
And it clearly some scary. I mean, if you guys have seen the trailer,
dinosaurs,
there's
dude.
plenty of dinosaurs eating people, so that in
And-
itself could be a little creepy.
And Jurassic Park, I'd say, is borderline
dude.
horror. It scares the shit out of me. The first
The
one.
first time you see Jurassic Park, yeah, absolutely terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And that T-Rex shows up and just roars.
Dude.
Yeah, I'll never forget it. It's one of the moments in cinema that's just like still gives me chills.
Mm-hmm. I watched it
30
on
years
a
later.
I watched it on a re-release on IMAX, and yeah, it just hit because I never saw it in
It's
theaters
just-
when it first came out.
Yeah, we were 4,
Yeah,
5 maybe.
If we saw it in theaters, our parents were not.
Yeah, what are your parents doing, guys? That's the one that they buy and bring home, and then your dad goes, "Hey, your mom's not home tonight. Let's watch
Yeah,
this."
let's watch Jurassic Park. Fuck yeah, Dad. Let's go. Yeah. So we're covering that one. Then we got Insidious. We got Resident Evil. We got Stiletto. That's coming up here in a bit. I know I'm missing a couple here that are coming up.
Buddy,
Sex and
Teenage Sex and Death.
Teenage
I
Sex-
can't me asthma.
Yep.
Whale Fall, Buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Buddy,
just
fuck, Buddy. Yeah.
we just got hard hitters coming up, man. I'm
it's
really
a-
excited.
It's another murderer's row. We had, what was it? May was really heavy. Then June, July got a little, and then now
Little
we're in mid-August, and we're alive and kicking right now.
Oh man,
there
it's
may
coming in
be-
hot and heavy.
We may have to cover 2 movies in one episode. I don't know. We'll have to see how things shake out. Obviously, next week, the next episode we do will be House at the End of Oak Street because you have told me you were seeing this before Vegas. So,
I'll be dancing to the Backstreet Boys this Saturday, my guy.
You'll be like, I have the high ground from the dinosaurs. Recommendations, though, what you got?
So we're sticking with Eli Roth tonight. I'm not going to give you.
fuck
It's not a deep cut, but man, if you guys have not seen Hostel, please go see Hostel. Hostel was probably. It came out. We were in high school, I believe, at the time, junior, senior year. Saw and Saw 2 had already come out, so we kind of had gotten this idea of like, hey, we're getting to some serious extreme horror films that are make it squeezy, and then Hostel came. And Hostel, Eli Roth was like, I am going to lean into this as heavy as I possibly can. Hostel felt like you weren't allowed to watch it. I mean, by today's standards,
It's a rite of passage. It's
by today's standards, it probably feels a little more tame because it doesn't like the horror, like the prosthetics and special effects don't hold up like as well as they would have. But suffice to say that Hostel is a rite of passage. It felt illegal to watch at the time because I think the marketing campaign was like, this movie's been banned in multiple countries, all these things. So it felt illegal to watch. But you have a couple of student backpackers who are just backpacking through Europe before they get started. They just graduated college. They're having one last hurrah before they really join, the adult world and kind of get their lives started. And they are in Amsterdam. And of course, doing everything on the red light district. They're staying at a hostel, and one of the people at this hostel tells them something about a hostel that is in, I believe it's Eastern Ukraine, perhaps somewhere in there, East Ukraine,
Bratislava. I don't know.
Bratislava. Yeah, it's some Eastern European country. He talks them about a town. He says there's a hostel here where the girls just fall all over American men. They love them. They can't get enough. It's insane. So of course,
A nickel. I opened my own hotel.
yeah, they're like, you've got to go check out this hostel. So of course the guys go there, and it is not quite what they were promised. They do have a good time at the hostel, but there's a little something more sinister going on. And suffice to say that perhaps a little murder / torture / do whatever you want for the right amount of money is what's really going on with all these people who get lured to this hostel. So like I said, it feels illegal to watch. It still does kind of feel that way. But it's a rip. It's a very bloody. Again, it kind of goes back to when we were really embracing these really bloody, really terrible films, really bloody, terrible films in the early 2000s. So Hostel, Eli Roth, give it a watch if you haven't already.
And R.I.P. Ollie, the king of the swing.
R.I.P. Ollie, the king of the swing.
Yeah, I am the king of the swing.
I told you, I'm the king of the swing.
Well, and Hostel 2. I mean, that one's right up there as well, and it builds on the backstory on kind of what's happening, and has a semi continuation of the first movie. And I know that you've talked about a particular scene in that I will not let my mind go back to. It is so bad. But I'm going to go a little different. And I texted you about this one. It's a new one that's on Shudder. And the reason I picked this one tonight is because we're talking about Ice Cream Man. We're talking about ice cream. This movie follows a med student. It's called Saccharin. It's on Shudder. It follows a med student who has a eating disorder and is trying to lose weight and finds a shortcut with a supplement. Unfortunately, that supplement is human ash. And so it's body horror. It's kind of tame in the ones that we've been covering. Like, it's not on the substance level. It's not anything like that. But there's some creepy visuals in here. There's a lot of stuff like in reflections. It is a solid movie. And it just goes to show you there is no quick fix to it's really going on the GLP ones, whatever they're called, the
GLP ones, yeah,
GLP ones, yeah, and so basically that was their motivation with this. But it's a solid film. Check it out on Shudder. Saccharin, Saccrin. Maybe there's an H in there.
Sacch.
There you go.
Saccharin.
Yeah, definitely more tame than Hostel. So, the King of the Swing. I fucking love Hostel. I did not see Hostel 3. I saw parts of it, but
so I bought I bought it, which guess where I'll go this weekend. I bought a 3-pack like DVD off of Amazon that had all 3 for like $4.99.
Oh yeah.
It had the third one in it, but I got halfway through it. I just haven't finished it yet. So maybe I'll turn that on before I go to bed tonight.
There you go. Yeah. Which, main departure from the Eli Roth portion of it, but man, okay, I'm thoroughly disgusted from this episode. Thank you guys for sticking it out with us. We can't wait to talk about House at the End of Oak Street, and I mean, if Obsession gets through this next month and a half,
I just don't know what's going to unthrone it.
That's all she wrote, fella.
Resident Evil, you're the next heavy hitter. Zach Cregger's, I mean, you've made hit after hit. I'm looking forward to your take on one of my most beloved game series of all time. Well,
and my favorite movie from last year was Weapons, and he did Weapons. So
here we go, baby.
Yeah, and we might have to do a show where we compare this year's best to last year's best, because like between Sinners and Weapons, and I was actually listening to top 50 most satisfying endings of all time, and Sinners was like number 13 on that list, and I'm just like, God, I need to go back and watch that, because it has such just, for a very intense movie, and I'm not even talking about the fucking clan part. I'm talking about the
modern day.
Yeah, and so go check it out. It's satisfying all the way around.
So good.
Enjoy some ice cream. I think as
With
adults
sprinkles.
we're okay, because no adults ate the ice cream. So
no adults ate the ice cream. They just got killed by the kids.
Yeah. Wouldn't it have just been better to have the adults eat the ice cream and have them kill
They
themselves?
could have. Well, they could have done that, but I feel like they probably would have been paralyzed, just like Lizzie was. So just make the kids killing them that much easier.
Yeah, which they had an easy time anyway. No kids were harmed in the making of this film.
That's true. I can't remember any of the kids that died.
No, I think they got like. There's some scenes where they get like flung across, and anytime a kid gets like hit and is flying across the room, I always giggle. It's
just funny. What else can you say?
It's funny, yeah. It's like in the End of Weapons, going back to that one, where they're running through all the windows and shit. But all right, guys, that is it. We kept it just under an hour. That's rare for us. But thank you guys for sticking with us in my gargle mouth tonight.
Your marbles are full of mouth today.
My marbles. You have no marbles. No marbles. You have no marbles. But
scratched my CD.
Isn't Kevin Hart in that movie?
I can't remember.
I can't remember if he plays Jimmy or not. But okay. Anyway, go check out The Ringer. It's disturbing in other ways. But we will see you guys for Ewan McGregor fighting off dinosaurs in his house on Oak Street. So later, we will see you next time.
All right, horror fans, thanks for listening to the Roasted Snow Horror Show. Hanging out with Chris and Ryan. Don't forget to follow us everywhere you haunt your feeds. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and all your favorite podcast apps. Stay spooky. And we'll see you next episode.